Hello and welcome to the channel Ruckosaurus Rex, where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How you guys doing? We are back, and this time we are revisiting our Even Later to the Party campaign, meaning the Raptor series. And our next candidate for review is the beasts of the Mesozoic, Saurornitholestes sullivani. This is we'll call it the white version of this. There are two different versions of this particular dromaeosaur, and I liked this version better. The colors, I liked it a lot better than the other more colorful version. But yes, this is yet another Beasts of the Mesozoic creation, and another raptor for me as I march on and get closer towards getting all the raptors that I want. I don't want them all. The ones that I do want, I've got most of them. Two that are going to be very difficult for me to get. The last two would be the Adasaurus and the Atrociraptor. I want those two, but they've been discontinued, so I'm going to have to finagle and scheme in order to get those. So one day I'll get them, and when I mean finagle and scheme, I mean get them at a reasonable price and not get gouged on it. Anyhow, these are in 1/6 scale, and they are action figures, so they do have moving parts, as it were. But before we get into that, let's check out the packaging as I remove it from back here and place it up front. We've got, you see the window, and there is a backdrop in there. Very nice. And then, of course, the sleeve. We've got Beasts of the Mesozoic, and you've got some nice artwork of Saurornitholestes on the front there. We turn to the side. We have the Beast of the Mesozoic logo, and of course, this is the Raptor series, so there's a silhouette avatar of a Velociraptor. Turning to the back, we have the sleeve there, and it's showing that artwork only more in depth. You see all of it, and on the bottom we have readout, and it's Saurornitholestes sullivani. The length is 1.8 meters or 6 feet long. The name means lizard bird thief. Location: New Mexico, Alberta, and Montana. The time period was 69 million years ago, so it was there basically closing in on the end of the Mesozoic era. The habitat: forested floodplains with coastal swamps, and distinguishing characteristics: known for its keen sense of smell, light build, and long sharp claws. Saurornitholestes was both a hunter and a scavenger. And then on the opposite side here is a checklist of all of the raptors, dromaeosaurs in this line. This is including the fans' choice ones. They're on a different. They have their own checklist. So yeah, that's what it is. Looking at the top there, you see 26 points of articulation, realistic movement and detail, display base, and stand included. This is number 4 in the line. So there we have it. I'll stick it back there for right now. It won't be on screen for long because we're about to get in depth. So we've got our Saurornitholestes here, and it's got the very nice paint decos there. This go round, it's inspired. The color scheme is inspired by the secretary bird. The Beasts of Mesozoic raptors are their color schemes are all based on existing birds, and like I said, this time around we are using the secretary bird as a base, and of course Creative Beast Studios will take their liberties and embellish upon it. And once again, they've done a good job. At least I think so. It's why I chose this version over the other version. Something about that white just it got me. It looked the white and the charcoal grays of the body. It just looked more realistic to me, so that's why I went with it. As with all the deluxe Raptors, they are all approximately a foot in length, give or take, depending on. There are some that are longer than others. This one is getting a measurement there. Even though I've got the head kind of sort of turned, I can tell you that if it was straight on, this would be a little bit longer than the 12 inches, the foot. So like I said, there are some that are longer than others. It's usually because of the tail, and it's usually because of the plumage. You know what I'm saying? So depending how far the feathering leaves the very tip of the tail is usually the deciding factor on exactly how long the action figure is. In real life, it would have been measured from snout to the tip of the tail. You don't include the feathering. Peeping the accessories, all the deluxe Raptors come with a base. It's all the same base. It's just all painted differently. This has got like those green wetlands that the description was talking about. I already have the standing peg in place in the porthole, and it's a round peg, so that way you can manipulate the stand as such. And in some of them, they go in easy. A couple of my earlier ones, my Pyroraptor, very difficult to get, and usually have to employ heat in order to get it in. As always, we've got that rock portion of the base, so that way you can store the other accessories, which are the other pair of toes. These are closed toes, as you can see there. All the Raptors come in packaging with the splayed open toes. So you just pop the portholes onto the pegs that are in the base, and you've got storage for your toes. They fit pretty snugly, so you don't really have to concern yourself too much about them falling out and you losing the toes. With the base, you get clips, and this is the clip that I was initially using when I had Saurornitholestes posed, and this clip is exactly that. It clips onto the pelvic area, and on this particular figure, it fits very nicely. It snaps on and it stays in place. So this has been the best, the most posable or sturdy figure so far in terms of standing, utilizing the base. So that's pretty cool. You see it's got the ball joint, and you just fit it in there, and it also articulates, so you can try to have some dynamic experiences with that. You also get this open clamp here, which you would rest along the either the upper torso, the chest area, or the mid torso, and place your figure in there. This isn't as sturdy, but when you get that sweet spot, it does work, and it affords you different kinds of poses. Taking a nice close look at our Saurornitholestes, you see, as I stated before, it's got that white, kind of like a very chalk white, if you will, is the base, and then of course you've got dry brushing on there, and you've got the eyes. Let's take a look at those eyes. The eyes are basically painted in like a blood red with black pupils, and the surrounding area is like an orange. And before that, you see some like a yellow, and there's some green, very light, subtle green dry brushing going on. And you see that looking dead on. The crest is like almost like a charcoal gray, or a very lighter kind of black. The crest of feathers there, and you see the feathering on the back of the head, and it's got a nice dry brushing, looking pretty nice. Opening the mouth, which means I got to get ahead of myself. Yes, of course, the mouth is articulated. You've got that nice wet look with the mouth, the teeth, nicely done. Look at the uppers, if I can get them in there somewhere. Yeah, there they go. You look at the uppers, you see you got the teeth going on in there too, and nice wet looking of the tongue. Then going down with the neck, you see the dry brushing there. There's some kind of like tan dry brushing on that white there, and some slight black or maybe charcoal gray to bring out some of the detail of the feathering there. Pretty nice. Looking at the forelimb, I'll extend that so you could see it's got that same base of that chalk white kind of that, and then you've got the dark dry brushing, kind of like the charcoal gray, and it goes all the way down until you get to the quills of the feathers there, and they start to turn darker, almost black, all the way to the end there. Pretty nice. The claws painted black, and of course the paws, or the fingers, the hands, they've got that very bird-like kind of appearance, and kind of like a not necessarily orange, yellow orange, I guess. I wouldn't know what to call it. I'm not really up on my colors. And then of course going down, you see you've got more of that dry brushing going along the body. Then the rear leg, it's almost like a different color when you look at the thigh version versus the portion versus the rest of the body. It's a different kind of color there, a little bit darker, and then it is dry brushed. It almost looks like webbing. Almost looks like he ran through some cobwebs and it got caught on his leg a little bit, the way it's looking right there. Then of course it transforms into like a gray. Then you got some dry brushing with some of that white, or the white is peeking through, however they did that. Pretty nice. And then looking down here at the chicken part of the legs, where they're bare, no feathering, just like birds. And you see how nice there. It's got some slight dry brushing in it to bring out those details. And then of course the claws painted nice and black, including those sickle claws. And these once again are the splayed out toes. Pretty cool. And then going back down, you see what's going on with the tail. Let's see if I can get us back in focus there. There we go. You see what's going on with the tail, looking very nice there. Once again, the base color, and then you've got the dark dry brushing. Pretty nice. And then the tail itself has got a darker type of color. It's very, very nice, and you still have that like charcoal gray dry brushing, and it gets darker as it gets all the way to the very end. And I'll turn it over, and yeah, it's really difficult to see where the actual tail ends and the feathering begins, but probably somewhere in here is where the actual tail would end, and then the rest would be the feathers. So once again, they're not really as long as they might appear. This species is purported to be about 6 feet long. A lot of the species that we've done, they get the 6.6 feet treatment, meaning that they're slightly larger than Saurornitholestes. Going down, looking at the underside, you got right there the pelvic area right there, and the underside is basically the same color as the rest of the body. So you've got that. That's pretty cool right there. So getting him back up there and out of the dark, that's our Saurornitholestes. Peeping out the articulation, we saw that the jaw is articulated. Also the tongue. There are 26 points of articulation with the deluxe raptors. So you see you've got the tongue and the jaw. The head is articulated, so you can go up, down. You could swivel it, turn left to turn right, independent of the neck. Then the neck itself is also articulated. You can swivel that just like you could swivel the head and get down. You can get some very nice range. Look at that right there. That's crazy. So that's pretty cool. Of course, the body, as always, you can go up, down, left and right, and twist it a little bit. The forelimbs can rotate. You can splay it out. As you can see there, you can move it at the elbow, up and down, and then at the wrist, if you will, that goes up and down. So you got that. As far as the hind limb, you can rotate it there at the thigh. See if I can keep it in camera and not just my hand there. You see, we don't try to go 100% for perfection. We just build it as we fly it. So yeah, you've got the it rotates there. You've got articulation at the knee, so you can definitely get that. You've got articulation right there at the this hinge right here, and then you have articulation here. The toes can rotate, and see if I can show it there. The sickle claw has got its own articulation as well. The tail, you've got it there at that first joint, and then of course the second part of the tail, you can go up, down, left, right. You could rotate if you want to, and it's a bendy wire in that tail. You also can change, just like with all of them. I'll do it again just to show you again for those that didn't see. I'll take off that first part of the tail, and then there we go, snapped it off. You see the holes right there. You can place this portion down here to make the tail stand up more, kind of like in a fighting pose, or down here when you have them running and then they're all straightened out so that they're more streamlined. That's how I had it originally. I had it, see if I can get it in here on camera. There it is. I had it in that top one so he could be more streamlined. And then put in the second portion of the tail, and there you have it. And like I said, it's bendy wire as well. Now for some comparisons, we've got first up the Xenuan Long, which was the last raptor that was reviewed. Next up, we have the Sagan. These two look great together. And finally, we have the Fan's Choice Pyroraptor. What can I say? I was about to say the same thing again. These two look good together, but let's keep it a buck. They all look great, individually or collectively. So, closing it out, the beast of the Mesozoic, Saurornitholestes sullivani, is, you all know what I'm going to say. It's another beautiful figure. The articulation, the paint apps, it's based off of the secretary bird. I mean, it's another beautiful raptor. That crest atop its head is what really sets it off. It's just another winner. These deluxe raptors is they're all just great, and you know, I'm semi regretting being even later to the party. I should have been on this 3 years ago, but hey, I'm here now, right? That's all that counts. So very, very nice figure. The paint apps, like I said, are just they're top notch, and the overall look of this species is just great. I am very, very happy with this acquisition, like I am with my previous 3 raptors, and I'm sure I will be just as elated with my upcoming raptors that I will reveal soon. Anyway, that's how it goes down with this particular review. Please like, share, and subscribe. Definitely like. YouTube really goes for the likes, the algorithm, because that lets them know who, what videos or what channels to recommend, and they get moved up the queue. So I really would appreciate if you guys just give a like. And of course, I'd appreciate if you subscribe as well. Need all the support I can get. Please leave your comments below. What do you think about Saurornitholestes or any of the deluxe raptors? Or if you have any questions, put them down there as well. You can also, if you want to be notified when I upload another video, hit the bell, and notified you shall be. Once again, this has been the Beast of the Mesozoic, Saurornitholestes sullivani. thanks again for watching, guys. Take care.